Hi everyone, Claudia Hernandez at Cargo Monterrey. As we all know, there have been many changes to the structure and cost of selling in Mexico this year. I'd like to briefly touch on two of the biggest hurdles of selling in Mexico right now and how Cargo Flex, which is our new cross-border fulfillment model, helps overcome these challenges. The first challenge foreign sellers face today is the need for an RFC to sell merchandise in Mexico via the standard in-country models such as FBA and Mercado Libre Full. Secondly, sellers who sell in Mexico with or without an RFC are subject to new retentions on their sales proceeds. These range anywhere from 10.5% to 36%, depending on your company structure. These retention rates are separate from any VAT and duties paid at time of import. This variable retention is required against proceeds of merchandise sold in Mexico. The location of where the merchandise is when it's sold is the key consideration. With FBA and Mercado Libre Full models, the unsold merchandise is imported into Mexico, delivered at the marketplace fulfillment center, and then sold to individual buyers. Therefore, the sales do occur in Mexico and are subject to the retention. Cargo Flex overcomes both the RFC and the retention challenge. With Cargo Flex, the merchandise is received and stored in the United States and listed for sale in Mexico. When a unit does sell, the unit is still physically present in the United States and not in Mexico. Therefore, the sale occurs in the United States and is not subject to the RFC requirement or the tax retention in Mexico. Once a unit sells, Cargo Monterrey will prep the unit for cross-border customs clearance and freight forwarding. We will import the unit into Mexico and truck it to our distribution center in Monterrey. From here, we will turn the unit over to the last mile carrier for the last mile delivery direct to your buyer's door anywhere in Mexico. Cargo Monterrey has operated this model for many years, particularly focused on sellers who do work a drop shipping model. However, considering the new changes in Mexico, we are now expanding this service line to all of our current and prospective sellers who are used to selling via traditional in-country models. Cargo Flex offers the same excellence in service that our in-country FBA sellers have come to expect from Cargo Monterrey over the last years. However, what changes is the Cargo Monterrey facility where your merchandise is stored, when your merchandise crosses the border, and where it is delivered in Mexico. While the units are imported into Mexico and shipped to your buyers only once they are sold, Cargo Flex is still a much faster option than the marketplace cross-border shipping programs such as NARF. Our shipments arrive in days, not weeks. Cargo Flex promotes better cash flow than the traditional in-country models. As you know, our cross-border shipments for in-country fulfillment models require upfront payment of VAT and service fees for your entire shipment. With Cargo Flex, you're now only having to pay the VAT and the service fees on units that are actually sold. And of course, Cargo Flex gives you the flexibility to sell on US, Mexico, and Canadian marketplaces. We fulfill buyers in all of these three countries. Switching to Cargo Flex from a traditional in-country model is a big change, we know, but it's a change that allows you to continue to sell in one of the fastest growing e-commerce markets in the world without having to deal with the complications of the RFC and these unforeseen retentions. Reach out to us today so we can walk through the process, the cost and delivery time so we can get started right away.